What we're going to do today is we're going to investigate the capacities of a product developed by TPG, mainly enabling communication across project plans in the framework of programs or of convergence of vision between project managers and line of business managers. So for programs, very often programs are, by definition, split into individual projects bearing their milestones and their activities. And one of the problem encountered in the reconciliation is to have an overall vision of the milestones across all projects, but not, we don't want the entire list of activities. What we want is a milestone report somehow. And the ability to communicate with the individual project managers to set milestones from a program vision, delivery dates, or set tasks and activities, and send them out to the individual project plans at the project manager level, so that we can communicate on expectancy of dates versus realization of those dates for the milestones. So the TPG ProjectLink tool builds on the Microsoft Server project server technologies and adds notions like soft links and links across different companies and other features that were enabled to top on top of the original features proposed by Microsoft. What we are ready to show you is a couple of scenarios that we invented with the needed description of the usage of the system. We're going to concentrate on scenario 2. Scenario 2 and scenario 1 are actually linked. The idea is to swap and exchange dates of expected deliverables from a program point of view and actual dates of delivering from a project point of view. So that's going to be scenario 1 and 2 that my friend Stefan is going to live show to us. And then we would like to show you scenario number 4, which is what happens very often is the project manager plans on his schedule is work packages or his activities that are being delivered by teams. And teams would sub-detail those activities at their level in their plan, but there need to be communication between what the project manager expects from subcontracting the piece of work to the team and what the team and how the team is organizing itself to respect or not the delivery date. So that's the scenarios we're going to cover. And I'm going to jump into scenario number 2 right away. So scenario number 2, and Stefan is going to show this to you live in a second. We have a program on top made of several projects. We got projects, the individual projects at the bottom. And what we're capable of is, without having to open plan and build a master plan the way Microsoft Project knows how to build master plan by inserting full projects, what we're only going to send is the milestones that reveal the dates to the program level. And what the program can do is readjust milestones dates according to their own constraints and engagements and communicate back to the original project plan the new desired date of a milestone, whether it is forward or later compared to the original picture. So it can be done both ways, and I'm going to let Stefan show you this demonstration live.
I first want to jump into my PWA, which actually is a project online installation. So, but for our tool, it doesn't matter whether it is project online, project server 2013, 2016, 2019, and also 2010 is capable, as I see in the survey that there are attendees with older versions than 2013. So what I want to show you here is just a little demo data. I have a program named program number 1, and there is in that program I have 3 different projects, project 1, 2, and 3. They are planned by definition on plan level 2. On plan level 1, in that program, we have a program plan, which mainly is to report against milestones from all these single projects. So let me jump into my project professional, where I already have opened that program 1 milestone schedule, and show you what happens when we work with our tool called TPG ProjectLink. So if you install that, and it is a client add-on, you will have an additional ribbon tab called the project group, and within that ribbon tab we have functionality from ProjectLink. So the idea is to have an easy way to exchange information between projects, and much more powerful than the standard of Microsoft Project Client is doing it. As you probably know, if you work with project, there are standard functionalities, but we do it in a different way. And just to mention that, all these use cases we show today, even on slide or in a live demo, these are only examples, because ProjectLink is very adaptable to your own business cases. So ProjectLink is basically a framework where we can create link types, we call it, to meet your expectations of how to communicate between projects. And now we just want to do a milestone roll up. So the main part of that tool is the task picker. And in that task picker, you will find all configured use cases you have. And in our case, I want to show you first the milestone roll up, which basically goes against the open project, and that open project belongs to program number 1. And if you click on preview, it will show you in that case, okay, in that program number 1, we have 3 different projects with milestones on it. So we reduce the preview to what we want to roll up here. And in that case, it's the project summary task and all the milestones from these 3 different projects. So, and that's pretty easy. As you have seen, I choose my link type. I clicked on preview to get a preview what's in that, and then I just link it, and it will create all this in my project plan. So let me close the task picker for a minute and show you what has been rolled up here. So what you can see there is we have several projects. So we created summary tasks for each project, project 1, project 2, and project 3. And below these summary tasks, we created the milestones which are coming from these sub-projects. So what else can you see is we also rolled up information, KPI information. In that case, we have a custom field in our project server, which is called status overall. And this is a KPI which will be set on project level and also on task or milestone level. And we just roll that up also into that program plan. Again, you can see that we set start and finish dates as they are in the sub projects, but we have another date field here, and when you will see that in a minute. So let's say the use case is now me as a program manager. I want to send back to that project maybe expected due dates or something like that. And just to show you how this can work, I just move forward all milestones by 4 weeks. So what happens here is, and you can see that we have now 2 dates on these milestones. One is my program expectation, and this is the current date of the milestone in the sub project. So I can see here different due dates, and I want to somehow send this back to the sub-project. So first I have to publish my plan so that it will be written back to the database, because we always query against the database. And in the meantime, I will open that project number 1. So let me go to my database and search for project number 1, which is here, and open it. So that takes a minute, and here we are. Here you can see the project plan, where you can see there are tasks in it and there are milestones in it. For some reason, some of these tasks are already executed, but I don't care about that now. Let me go to another view which I have prepared for that special use case. Just recall the tasks and the milestones. And what you can see here is that I have a rule on the milestones, which is called backlink. And this rule basically goes into the database and looks for this program milestone plan, and it looks for these due dates which have been set by the program manager. So I go to my ribbon, the project group, and I search for a function called population rules, and that shows me in that project here, what I've opened, there are 6 tasks, in that case milestones, which have a rule on it, which is called population rule. So when I click on preview, this is more or less a check whether this population rule can be created. And it says to me, okay, I will create links to these milestones, and the link type is called scenario 2 delivery dates. So I only have to click create links, and that will create links to the rolled up milestones in that program plan, and will show us in a minute what happens, because it should show the due dates which have been set in the program plan by the program manager. There is one error. Okay, for some reason that doesn't work. Okay, I don't mind for now. There is an issue with that milestone here, so we don't care about that now. But you can see here, these are now additional information from the program plan into the sub-project, where you can see I got a due date from my program manager, which is fairly 4 weeks later than I have planned my project. And therefore it tells me, okay, and that's normal project client configuration. There is a green bar, so I'm in a green status compared my planned dates to the due dates of the program manager. So back to Olivier.
Okay, thank you very much for this demo, Stefan. So we see on the first case, the scenario 2, which builds up on the scenario 1, the ability from a program point of view to gather information on each individual project composing the program and request for tweaking some dates or informing the project managers in big international programs, for instance, via and through the schedule that some requests or some expected dates or deadlines have changed. We're now going to jump to scenario number 4. Okay, scenario number 4, here it is, deals with the coordination between the project and the line staff. As I started to explain, let me put that in full screen, very often the project manager don't own the resources or the teams and need to rely on teams to deliver the expected deliverables and milestones. So the scenario here deals with a project manager that is going to create his high-level plan and assign the teams to those high-level tasks. And the tasks will themselves become either projects or parent tasks in the projects of the team, and the team's view is going to be able to assess all the requests from all the different projects on a single point of view. They're going then to be able to detail the fine activities assigned to each individual and give back that view to each project manager requesting work for them, basically saying, yes, we can, or no, we can't respect the date that you're trying to reach in your plan, Mr. Project Manager. So again, Stefan is going to demonstrate from a project point of view, we're going to hit a high-level task planning from a project manager standpoint, then head it over to the teams, the different teams that own the different tasks. They're going to do the detailed planning, and then we will reaggregate this at each project manager view. So the project manager is going to create this project with some tasks assigned to teams. As you can see, team A has got task 1, and task 5 is dedicated to team B. And then we're going to construct team plans where we're going to export each team's task. The teams are going to detail those tasks to individual assignments, realizing that they're not going to be able to match and respect the date expected by the project manager. They're going to go over it, as we can see here, and the project manager will be able to see in his own plan the result of the detailing of the task by the team, and the warning will be on both sides saying, no, we can't respect your dates, and the project manager will also realize, oh, they cannot respect my dates. And then each team can do that for each project, therefore having the team's roadmap as a matter of activity that will talk and communicate back to each of the individual plans, project plans, and each team can have his own view and his own detailing and communicate back and forth with the activities of different project managers. All right, Stefan, I'm going to give you back the view so you can perform this part of the demo, please.
So what we see here, same project server as before. I have another program which I called Demo Team Planning, and just a quick view into one of these project plans. So there are 2 project plans, and below on another level of the program, I have schedules for each team which is involved into that program. So in that case, we have 2 project plans in that program, and let me just look, take a quick look into that project where you can see it's a project plan which has phases and tasks, and all these tasks are assigned to different resources, which are generic assignments for several teams. In that case, it's the team service, the team development, and the team training. And again, this is an example how you can use ProjectLink. And I will just open one plan, and this is basically the plan for the team services. So I have that here prepared already. And if we go into that plan, you will see first there is not much in there, but as I'm prepared to gather things from several programs, we can see that here. So I'm a team plan which works on this program, and I'm responsible for the team services. Okay, so these are just some enterprise fields you use, and I have to check out my plan. And then again, I go to Task Picker and I go for this scenario number 4, and I want to roll down each assignment which is assigned to my team. So what you can see here is I'm looking for generic assignments for services, and I split it. I just want to have it from this particular program. So again, a preview, and what you will see is that there are 2 projects, scenario 4, project plan 1 and project plan 2. For now, I want to concentrate only on plan 1, which shows basically the principle of that. And let me go into it and link these tasks to my project plan, which is basically a copy of the tasks which are requesting time from me. So what I can see here, and you can see, is it's a request from a project plan. I can see the tasks. I can see the dates which are planned in that project plan, and I can also see the requested work from my team. To that indicator come later. I just want to look at it and see, okay, what am I doing with that plan? So first, the planning task is the 30-day task with 240 hours work. So I want to split that into some more tasks. So detail number 1, detail number 2, detail number 3, which should be okay for now. And these tasks gonna be subtasks of that planning task, which only exist in my team plan. So I bring them down, and what you can see there is still that yellow bar which represents the planning from the project plan, right? Everything else is now on my planning. So I connect these tasks together because they should follow in a row, and I do some effort planning here or some duration planning, let's say. So this will be 10 days, this one will be 15 days, and this one will be 10 days. And I also want to assign people to it. First thing you can see, the summary task here is now longer than the yellow bar, right? Which gives me a first indicator. I will not be finished in time, and this one here will start also later, right? Obviously. So first I will assign some people here. So let's say this should be done by Sally, this should be done by Sam, and that should be done by Sean. And what you can see here now is the indicator switches from yellow to red. Why? Because the requested work was 240 hours, and according to my planning in my details here, I come up with 280 hours, and that's exactly what the indicator shows me. You are 40 hours over now. Okay, well, that's an indicator, but that's what I have planned based on what was requested to me. Let's do the assignments to the other tasks, because I just to make it not too long, I don't detail these tasks and I just assign people. And to make it easy, all other tasks will be done by Sonia. And yeah, let's do a little bit more planning. The planning task should be finished before, so what I do, so I'll never do that by using the mouse. I want to link that. So, okay, that should be something later than originally planned. And maybe here I have some more days, so it's starting later or it's starting earlier, but it takes more hours. What you can see here, it switches from yellow to red again. Anyway, I did some planning, and my project plan does what it ever does in project. And this is now what I want to report to the project plan. So I publish that, and then in the meantime, I will open the upper project plan. So project number 1 of that program. So I have to go to my open function and open project plan number 1, which is basically what I have planned, right? So let us wait for opening. As you can see here, we do not have these single resources like Sonia and Sam and so on. We still have generic services. And you can see here again a link rule, which is set to every task which is assigned to services. So I want to get back the detailed planning from the team plan. So I go into here and shows me, okay, these tasks have a rule. And when I click on preview, it should show me everything works fine. And when I create the links, it should show me the results of the team plan or the team plans. In that case, I have only one team plan, as all the other teams haven't been planned yet. But after that has been finished, we will see the results. So close that one. And exactly, you can see, okay, there is a red mark now. The team manager has planned 40 hours more, and I can see, okay, there is a date difference. Same here. This one is green. This one is green as well. And I can also see the differences between my planning, my expectations, and what the team has planned by itself. The good thing about it is no one overrides the other one, which is one of the principles of ProjectLink, that every plan owner will be the owner of his own plan, and no one from outside can override his planning. So this guides then a discussion between the different planning states, and is a very good functionality of having guided discussions between different levels of planning.
So as you understood, we have several built-in scenarios with our tool set, but we can investigate more scenarios if needed. We're only going to demonstrate those two, giving you an idea of the capabilities of the TPG ProjectLink tool. If you need any more demo for the other scenarios, please get in touch with us, and we'll have a pleasure to dedicate a demo to your needs, especially the specific one if needed. Two questions may arise: is how much does such a product cost, and how do we implement it? The licensing cost model, I made two scenarios, one for a small implementation, one for a bigger one. We count the number of project manager. That's how we license the tool set, by the number of project manager with discount, and we have discount by the numbers. And we have two approaches, either subscription or license purchase with or without maintenance fee. The subscription is a yearly price to pay. This is the first year, after 3 years, after 5 years. You can see the sum. That's the total cost of ownership after 5 years in the subscription model. The purchasing model, beware of the maintenance fee. The maintenance will cover any upgrade necessary. We have a dedicated team at TPG who maintains all our products and software to the latest version of the editors, such as Microsoft and Microsoft Project. If Microsoft changes many things in its interface, the maintenance will guarantee that you have a TPG product version that's still up to date to work with whatever version is thrown by Microsoft on Microsoft Project. Subscription includes automatically the maintenance, so you don't have to worry about. But in case of license purchase, you need to ask yourself the question about maintenance. And you can see several cases for other scenario with 50 users, 50 project managers. You will be able to find this in the slides that we will send you, but don't hesitate to contact us for a tailor-made quotation. How do we implement it? It takes 5 days of work, and we can do it over a 4-week period of time. We have a first deployment of the basic system, installation of the tools and configuration. There is not much configuration, but we still need to plug with the right servers and etc. Then we train a group of users to train on exchanging milestone dates and activities and elements according to the scenarios you wish to use. And finally, we include 2 days of consulting for more coaching or expansion if needed, or considering other scenarios. And that's a 5 days of work package plus the price of the license acquisition. And there you are, you have a way to communicate across projects and programs.